What you're about to listen to is going to be really fucking weird. So don't be weird about it and complain about this shit.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad.
God damn it! I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not gonna take this anymore!
From Stockton, California, the world's greatest show in all forms of shows that there's ever been. Your host, he's rich, he's wealthy, he's tough, he's a Ralek Gracie brown belt, Tim Freeman. And also co-hosting this man's Pimp Hand gets stronger and stronger. The author and inventor of Big Man's Jiu-Jitsu, Ralek Gracie black belt, Ernest. And today's special guest, black belt Manny Gonzalez, and also black belt, it's showtime, Javi Vasquez. This is the Inside BJJ podcast.
Nice job, Matt Freeman. Amazing work.
I feel like humbling somebody when I hear that shit, dude.
Humbling them with the
I just like
breaking
I just
somebody's
want
back.
the weakest person in the room. I just want to grab him by the back.
Everybody to the show. I want to remind everybody about our sponsors. Make sure you check out InsideBJJ.com/premium. Why should you check out premium? Because you can get access to the full back Cadillac. You get access to the Cadillac.
I sell you the back of the Cadillac.
I'll tell you
why. Because we're gonna pick one person. They're gonna get a free Cadillac.
You get that ass slap in the back of the Cadillac.
I'll tell you the way it works is if you get premium, I let you drive the Cadillac on Tuesday nights only.
I get
in the backseat, baby.
I'll put you in the premium.
I'll put
You get some of that. You get some premium ass in the back of the Cadillac.
I'll put you in that premium box. Son.
I'll fill you up with premium.
I want to remind our listeners, check out the premium subscription. Go to InsideBJJ.com/premium. You get to listen to the Ernest Mello Project.
$1.99.
Talking all kinds of shit up in there.
The Big MF Experiment. You got
$1.99.
the Sweatshop.
$1.99.
Nothing. Everyone's like, bum, 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 bum.
The sweatshop you get for actually 99 cents.
We actually pay you to listen to the Sweatshop.
The Sweatshop sounds exactly like if I listen to all the like Tim's gay stuff,
Yeah.
and then you came out with the Sweatshop, I'd be like, shit, it makes sense. They gave Matt the Big MF Experience so he can say what he wants. They gave Ernest the Ernest Project so he can talk Ernest stupid shit, and then Tim gets the Sweatshop.
Let's all exercise.
I'm not gonna talk about getting sweaty with a bunch of dudes.
Physical. There you
It's
go.
like so you guys know.
Get physical.
So you're clear on what the Sweatshop is about. The premise is it's a spin off of all the guys that, like, when you explain to somebody about jiu-jitsu, like what it is, and they're like, oh, so you just roll around and get sweaty with a bunch of dudes. Tim takes that and spins it into like, yes, that's pretty much exactly it when you are gay and you train jiu-jitsu. So like they talk about gay topics, issues relating to gays in jiu-jitsu.
You're completely killing my Sweatshop podcast. I really appreciate this, you guys.
It reminds
But Tim's
me.
hairy, so it's like a little bit different. It's almost not like going shirtless
It's
when
like,
he rolls.
yeah, how do I identify if you're the bear? You know what I mean? When you
Yeah,
slap
and
in.
like, is it okay
Yeah.
to like ask a bear to roll?
You guys are fucking retarded.
No, it seriously, all kidding aside, it reminds me of the flower shop with Adrian Adonis.
Oh, my God. I want to remind you guys to check out our sponsors. Go to bjjtour.com. You can get on the tour. The tour is the home of the American Cup,
if you're a black belt, get that money.
All-Star Tournament, and the U.S. Open. They're going to be up in Florida in June and also Santa Cruz in June, and you can check out the Inside BJJ crew doing all the play-by-play.
And everybody who's won any money out of the BJJ tour, and you haven't bought a fucking T-shirt and or premium, karma's gonna come back to you, dude, because you were blessed by Inside BJJ and all the people out there who support
Amen.
jiu-jitsu and paid their tithes. Brother Framar, pay your tithes.
The Reverend.
Do like Pastor says.
The Reverend wants you to pay your tithes. I mean.
So make sure you go to www.bjjtour.com, get signed up. You could also check out the videos from last weekend's American Cup.
Some great matches.
Yeah, the black belt open division was pretty nice, and as well as the adult divisions. And
We had so many people. Like, if I took a breath, even if we were still broadcasting, because I was on the end closest to the podium.
yeah.
So they had the guys staging at the bottom of the stage. Podium was on top of the stage to the left of our broadcast booth. I can't tell you how many people were like, dude, I paid my tithes. I'm a premium subscriber, and I'm in first place today. I'm getting gold.
Yeah,
I'm
we
like,
did catch a few of those,
like,
actually.
Sweet,
yeah,
it was pretty cool.
we did.
You
That
know,
was nice.
I got an announcement to make. Actually, I'm going to be in Metamoris.
Oh, nice job.
I put out there on
You going
Twitter.
against Tank
I put out
Abbott?
there on Twitter that I was going to be competing in the EBI, the next one, and then Halleck signed me to an exclusive deal.
yeah.
Gary.
Nice job. Also want to remind you guys to check out Countermove Fantasy MMA. They are the home of the real fantasy MMA. Go to countermove.com.
They spelled it wrong, stupid.
Counter with a K, and also check out
Do it.
Caveman Coffee with a C. Go to
C is
cavemancoffee.com. You can get yourself some ridiculously good and healthy coffee, and if you use the promo code INSIDE, you save.
It will not put mold in your asshole.
It will not. You get 10% off on that.
It was.
I know
it's
it,
known. That's what happened to Brock Lesnar's asshole.
could've
Is
been.
that he was eating that. He was drinking that regular old
Oh God, Folgers.
that garbage shit. He
The
was drinking.
best
Well, I think he's
part
in like Minnesota, so I think they drink Sanka there. So he was.
Is mold
Sanka.
up your
It's-
butt.
Sanka's like not even real coffee, is it?
He was drinking Sanka, and he just basically between the meat and high protein and the Sanka really fucking made all that
Sanka
shit.
sanked him.
It made it settle. Made it like the like silt at the bottom of of,
inside the
lake.
little diverticulitis pockets.
Yeah, it's
inside
just
of-
like it's like that stinky mud that fucking.
I feel
just
like-
smells all just decayed and smells like shit mud.
I feel like there's a slight chance Brock Lesnar's going to corner me now because you said this. I'm going to turn around. He's going to be standing behind me and be like, "I heard you talking shit."
Just,
We're gonna turn
dude,
around
just
and-
punch him in the face. He can't take a punch.
He's gonna be like, "I heard you were talking shit about it,
Yeah, exactly.
and you said I put coffee in my ass, and I'm gay." I'm like, nobody fucking said that. He's like, "Yes, you did."
Hit him in the head with the briefcase.
There you go. Also, we got a great guest lined up today. We got the one and only Manny Gonzalez.
Who's that?
Manny is a black belt. He's got a Ralek Gracie Academy up there in Sacramento. Real
Who?
cool dude. He's had some good matches against guys like Ryan Hall. He's done a lot of training with Sean
I like
Roberts.
to call him fake Vinny Margulies.
He's like little Vinny.
Yeah,
Skinny Vinny.
So
He's fake- he's fake Vinny.
Is he a homo? No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's a super cool cat, dude.
Well, Vinny's a homo, right?
I don't
No,
know.
just
You-
'cause he
Well,
has a-
Hinato told me he was gay.
Just because he has beautiful skin and a juicy ass doesn't make him gay, dude.
Yeah,
It
not
makes
so-
you gay for thinking
no,
that.
Manny's a real cool
No, I'm
cat.
just saying, Hinato told me that Vinny was gay.
Yeah, well, Hanach said some things about you too to me, but I ignored him. Manny's gonna come on the show. He's a pretty cool dude. I've been trying to get him on for a while.
Manny Diaz?
And I got the chance to talk to him at the tournament, so I'm pretty stoked to have a local guy on, man. Give him a little bit of love. That's what we do at Inside BJJ. We're not just about the big giant names, the Hicks and Gracies. If there's local guys, we give them love too, because that's the way it's supposed to go.
Is Nick Diaz local?
Yeah, he's local.
I ran into
Why haven't
Nick.
you guys
Actually,
had him
I
on
ran
it?
into Nick at
Yeah.
the Asparagus Festival.
Why haven't you had Nick on? Dude?
I don't think he's interested. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to come on. I love when people are like, "Hey, just get Joe Rogan to come on." Oh yeah, hold on, let me punch him up real quick. Hey, Joe.
Oh, that's right. We'll get him on next week.
And then also we're gonna have Javi Vasquez on in a little bit to talk about the Gracie Regionals coming up in Chicago on
Hey,
May 2nd.
I want to say thanks a lot for jinxing me because every time there's a UFC, you jinx my fucking picks. I end up losing.
It's not
Dude,
my
you're that
fault.
fucking guy. You're that fucking guy on Bronx Till, where we could all fucking have the inside track on the horses, and as soon as we see that you pick the same horses, we just rip our fucking
He's
tickets
that
up.
guy,
on
not me. It's him.
You
motherfucker.
fucking
Jinx.
suck, dude.
You know
That's
how
not my
much
fault.
you know how much of a jinx you are when it comes to betting. Your own fucking wife beat you on WWE picks, dude. Holy shit.
He's
She
right.
didn't beat me.
WWE.
right.
No, she didn't.
That's not even
I called
real.
it.
That shit's
You're,
predetermined.
number
She-
one, you're a fucking moron. You don't know what you're talking about.
He just went to the personal attack.
Number two, you're a moron too. I said Seth Rollins was going to become the champion, and he did it.
Oh wow.
So fuck both of you.
Wow, man, Jimmy the Greek over here.
Oh,
That's
shit.
right. And black people have extra muscles. It's
Oh,
true.
brother, that's what got Jimmy the Greek kicked off of television. You remember that?
That's why John Jones is so successful. In his
Oh, my
calf,
God.
there's an extra muscle there that other people don't
Can you
have.
believe that Jimmy the Greek actually went on television and said this? That
Wow.
that black athletes had an extra muscle in their leg and it made them more. And it was like, I guess it was maybe Swain who he picked. Anyway,
If if he was Jimmy the Pygmy, and
Dude,
then
look.
he'd be cool. He'd get away with it.
Look at John Jones's leg and tell me there's not an extra muscle there.
Well, I mean,
That's
compared to your leg, right? He got all mad this morning because Matt came in and Stella was. Matt said, "I ran 5 miles today." And Stella's all, "Really? You can run 5 whole miles?"
Shit.
So-
I got an extra muscle.
I bet you do.
I sold it to your wife.
Oh my God, you
She
guys are
liked
terrible.
it. She said it's like a bicep in your penis.
You go into the box. So a couple things happening, and I want to get to the American Cup story, but real quick, I want to get to these two things real quick. Metamoris is, doing some cool stuff, but Ralek Gracie's all up in the news right now.
Gary.
It's all fixed.
And Matt thinks it's fixed, but I don't know if it's fixed or not. But I do know that the jiu-jitsu world kind of is upended over some of the comments Ralek Gracie made about
Based on what we know,
women.
we know that Eddie is not part of this conspiracy.
No, Eddie is smarter than both of us, and he's leading us down that path, so we'll talk about it on our show.
Matt thinks that Eddie's orchestrated this whole thing behind the scenes with Ralek. Oh, like it's all orchestrated out. I'm pretty sure it's not.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not.
But
I'm pretty sure it is, actually.
okay, well that's
Is
good.
that your pick?
Is that
your pick?
Is that your pick?
Is that your pick?
No.
Hi-yo.
So I don't know, dude. Ralek came out basically and said that they want to have women in there.
I would like to have women, but then we need to make sure that they step up because I am, at the end of the day, I'm a businessman, and I need to make money, and I need to sell pay-per-views because if you guys have a Metamoris party and there are like 40 people watching the same thing, only one person paid for the subscription, so that doesn't really help us. So,
You're so
what I
stupid.
need
Dude,
we need people
you
to
got-
buy the subscriptions, and just doing the math and the numbers, we do women, there is not enough to bring in the money. So Gary,
BJJ Deaf
exclusive
Guy.
contract. Gary.
BJJ Deaf Guy, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not afraid to offend deaf people because they're not listening to this.
Oh, well,
Oh.
you see, this is anyway. You're the guy that has the deaf wife, so you get away with making fun of deafs.
But I tell her all these.
You're just
jokes,
messing
dude.
around. But no, seriously, Ralek. I feel like this, man. I feel like I'm gonna say this, and I might make some women mad. We have the only Girls on Grappling podcast that even exists, and that was my idea to put that out there to throw
Ooh, good
help the
job.
ladies.
To help the ladies?
help
Is that
the
why you did
ladies.
it?
Yes. And,
Mhm.
and,
That's not why you did
and see
it.
if I could get some extra premium subscriptions out of the whole mess.
I
in the
know it.
long
I'm
run.
not going to say why you did it, but
Okay.
I know why you did it.
So listen.
And you're a dirty dog.
So listen, Ralek, this is the issue with Ralek, dude, is what he said. He's telling the truth in the sense that he has a business.
Oh, is he?
And he needs to put out the most compelling matchups, whatever they think will sell the most tickets. And then once they kind of start making money, because I'm almost 100% sure they're not making money. Once they start making money, they can start these other matchups, whatever. But it was the way he said it. It wasn't what he said. It was how he said it that made him come across like women just aren't cool enough to be in Metamoris. And let's just say this. Ralek's been on the show a couple times. I really like Hidon Gracie, Hinner, all the Gracies, man. I don't have beef with Ralek. I'm not trying to stir anything up
Wait,
with
beat your
Ralek.
ass if you did.
For sure he would.
Do you know why?
But let me say this real quick, though. But Ralek has not really that much reached out to the jiu-jitsu community, that much. He's kind of been a little bit exclusive in his access. And I think in result, what's happened is now that there's a little bit of bad publicity out there about him, the jiu-jitsu community's jumping all over it.
I happen to know firsthand there are certain publications that won't cover Metamoris in a positive way.
That sucks for him. But why? Is it because of Metamoris?
They think he's a dick.
They think that he's.
I've had more than one person
that
tell me
friendly
they
to him.
think Ralek
But
is
that's
a dick.
that's what we call it the Andre Gladzinski effect. You think he's a dick because you're on the outside and you just see him do a couple of things, but like talk to the dude. Look what happened when we talked to Andre.
He was
He's
super
fucking
cool.
awesome, dude. I love that guy.
And I'll say this too, in Ralek's defense, people can talk shit about him, but he's the guy that put all this together in the first place, right? He's the dude, and obviously he had business
That is
sponsors
true.
and people that put money up. But it takes some brass balls to get people to put money up, to put your name on the
And
line,
then
to
they'll
get
pay
out
you
there,
back with private lessons.
and then
That's pretty-
and then go back there and work that out. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. This is why I never thought I'd see myself supporting like Ralek's shenanigans because
G
that's
with
what
the
he is.
G.
Because he's basically just known for shenanigans, right? He's like I don't want to call him like the oddball, but he's like
He is the oddball.
I mean, he'll tell you that.
because
That's
he-
what G with the G
he's
was all
a free
about.
spirit.
He's a
Oh
free
no,
spirit.
he
He's different.
didn't. Yes, he did.
So he's a little bit different. He's kind of more of a rebel amongst his immediate, siblings. G and G and all that other stuff. Real life. You guys don't remember he was real life before he was G and G. Just Ralek Gracie, G and G. But listening to him talk, like, dude, if anybody can empathize, it's me. It's this podcast. How many people have you had to sit down and talk with in the last year? Be like, dude, it's out of context. You're not listening to everything. We didn't mean it like that. It's all fucking. We're retards, dude. I didn't even graduate high school.
I'm not, but you guys are.
Yeah.
I was, come on, dude.
You didn't graduate high school?
No, dude.
I really thought I was the only one on the show that didn't graduate high school.
No, I did. I have a degree. I just want to. Hi-oh. No, just kidding. No, but yeah, like, dude, we've had seriously, and most of the time, like, I just don't even give a fuck, dude. Like, I'm getting to that point where, like, dude, oh, you got your feelings hurt? You're mad at me over the podcast? Go fuck yourself. Because you know what? If you're too fucking stupid to get it, then you're not gonna understand my explanation.
Well, yeah,
and that's been my experience. Because a few people, I'm like, dude, I feel really bad, but that's not what I meant. And if you listen to the context of the show, you'll understand that's not what I meant. And I started goofing. And how many times do I goof on myself? Right?
A lot.
We goof on each other. We goof on ourselves. You'll make jokes about yourself, and then we'll add to it.
Yeah.
And it goes round and round and round. So
I'm gonna call you out on something because
if you
when you were at fat camp, you got mad at me for calling you out on it.
Look,
because I was really fat and insecure.
You guys have said I am gay just about every episode we've had.
I don't say that.
Well, because we're trying to make you comfortable with it.
You're not. You're not
trying to
gay.
get you to say
you're
you are.
a cuckold. There is a difference.
Yeah, Ernest called me the C word for a long time. That's the C word in my house.
C word. So
you're not allowed to say that, cunt.
So look,
No,
I got my
Luke
feelings.
Rockhold, that's all I'm gonna say.
I get my feelings hurt at Matt telling me I went, saying I went to fat camp. I wasn't frozen out because I was fat and insecure, right?
Yeah.
So if you are insecure about whatever we're making fun of, then I can see you getting really bent out of shape.
Yeah, I think,
and we're sorry for that. But look, you get to jiu-jitsu and you want to be popular and famous. That is the fucking price of being popular
in
your
a way,
fucking genre,
dude. I
mean,
mean, I hear it. I know what you're saying, and I think that what a lot of people, you're right. It does get pushed out of context, and people don't listen to the entire catalog of stuff that we do.
They're talking shit about you. Listen to this 3-minute segment.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Listen to before and after.
What happened, and I want to say this. Look, obviously last weekend, and some people have asked about it, and that's why I'm bringing it up, because it wasn't completely private. But, there was a little bit of a confrontation with Kai Otero, right? And it was basically about, like, hey, what's the situation with, like, what is your beef against me, right? That was basically his question. And I answered it in a straightforward manner, and we talked about it. And we got it resolved. But from his standpoint, look, I understand from his standpoint. Here's why. Yep. He has a business. He has an image. He has a brand, right? And they're trying to promote that brand. The last thing they want is 3 knuckleheads from Stockton, like, goofing on him. But what they don't get...
I'm not a knucklehead.
...is that when the 3 knuckleheads from Stockton goof on you, it actually makes you cooler. It actually makes you more legitimate. It actually brings your name out in a better way.
But here's my disclaimer on that. Like, hey, I'm sorry, but if you don't want us talking shit about you, don't be an asshole.
Well, and we talked. And
here we go.
No, and I'm not. And look, I'm not saying that he was an asshole. I'm just saying that I had 3 distinct issues, and I brought them up with him.
And he straight up fucking lied about every one of them. I never did that. I never said that. We're like, dude, we have witnesses and fucking audio recordings.
Dude, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that he lied. I would say that
he said.
I would say he doesn't remember.
He said, I never did that.
I
did not say that.
He feels like the way I remembered it is not the way it happened, and I feel like the way he remembered it is not the way it happened. So in all fairness to him, look, nobody ever confronts somebody and then goes, "Oh yeah, you're right. I'm the one who's wrong." Like, he doesn't believe he's wrong. And
wait. I just want to stop you real quick. The bit that Ernest was doing on Kaio had nothing to do with none of that. It was just a bit.
It was just a bit.
He does bits on Conor McGregor. He does bits on Bill Cosby and Lloyd Urban. He does the retarded Ralek. He does all kinds of bits. It wasn't
retarded. I know, dude. We do bits on each other. We've impersonated each other, and we take the meanest shot. Actually, the meanest digs that we take on this show are really at each other.
Yeah.
Don't you agree? I think so. I mean, you made me so mad I slammed my headphones on the ground, stormed out of the room. Right? And we've gotten you so angry that you quit talking, right? And Matt, you're a weirdo. It's hard to tell when you're mad or not. I think you come in mad half the time. But with like
Mad about
a lot
Maverick.
of the Kyle impersonation stuff started after Metamoris when him and Jeff Glover were kind of goofing in that first match. Remember, Jeff Glover turned his back and they acted all
They
silly.
were grabbing each other's asses.
So we goofed around, right? We were kidding around, and I could see where he took it personally, but really, it really wasn't a personal thing. But yeah, it caught up to us. The stuff we say on the podcast caught up to us.
This is what it boils down to.
I don't think it caught up to me.
I'm saying
I'm not retracting.
I'm saying caught up in the sense that there was a real life.
It took that motherfucker
public
3 years to fucking finally
to
say
even
something.
hear it. Probably he probably didn't even hear it himself.
No, I'm sure most people that train or are at Kyle's level don't even listen to the podcast.
Listen, dude,
probably,
and
right?
let's say this. On a jiu-jitsu level, whether you like Kyle
He's
or
a beast.
dislike Kyle
He's got a great
he's
team.
legit, dude. The guy's a multiple-time world champion.
We never ever said he wasn't.
His
He's really
guys are top-notch guys. His dude, and honestly, dude, I get along really well with everybody from Kyle's Academy.
good. Everybody from Kyle Terra Association is awesome and really close to us. Like as far as like we see them, we sit there and talk to them.
For sure.
We share a lot of information. We bullshit with them. We just what's up with you? And we have really long conversations with all of them. Every single one of them.
Except for Kyle.
Except for Kyle.
And
Kyle will fucking act like motherfucker.
Nah, I'm not gonna
don't
say
touch
that.
my white cloak.
I'm not going to say that. Look, I'm going to say this, that obviously we had run-ins in the past, but he really believes it happened a different way, and that's cool, dude. And
No, he doesn't even remember. I'm telling you, he does
he
not
probably
remember
well
any
he
of
did,
that
he
shit.
didn't say that he didn't remember. He just said that the way I remember it is not how it happened. And all I'm saying is this: look, dude, Kyle, we're joking around. We know that you took it.
Relax.
Yeah, we're just messing around, and if it bothers you so much for real, like I won't talk about you anymore. It's cool, dude. Like it's all good, man. There's plenty of other jiu-jitsu dudes that I would love to talk about who are totally happy and would love to come on the show and be cool with it and not cause any drama. Because honestly, like when we're working at tournaments and stuff, that's not inside BJJ when we're at a tournament doing play-by-play. That's whoever we're working for. Yeah. And we got to change our brand, or I should say our whatever we're saying, the tone of what we're saying. It's dictated by who the director is, who the producer is. If they go, hey, be yourselves, and we're ourselves. And if they say, hey, tighten it up, we tighten it up.
Right.
But when we're there, look, the point is not to go out and cause these confrontations. The point is to be entertaining, to provide a podcast that talks about jiu-jitsu, grappling, mixed martial arts, pro wrestling, and what the fuck ever we want to talk about, and that it's entertaining and you want to hear it. It's not the same stuff. And I appreciate guys like Caleb and Fightworks Podcast because they did a real nice professional job. Open Mat Radio, they do long-form interviews with these guys, and they take it seriously. And it's good because a lot of these guys have cool things to talk about. It doesn't all have to be locker room humor. But when you come to Inside BJJ, that's what you get. It's part of the game.
Right.
It's part of the element.
We're not doing a Barbara Walters interview. We're doing
It's not
this is
Charlie
it.
fucking Rose.
What
man.
we're trying to do is get the guys that you want to hear from to talk like a regular fucking dude.
Let's talk. Yes.
After you're done training.
Exactly.
We're not trying to do a fucking like.
Fuck yeah.
Where were you born? How
Dan,
old are you?
It's Dan Patrick meets Howard Stern.
Thank you. And for that, Kyle, look, if you're upset at that, then it's cool, man. We get it, and we squashed the beef. We shook hands. We walked away. I'm assuming we're all good.
I think he was really pressured to shake your hand, though.
I don't know. I don't know if he was or not, but we did. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't have beef with him. And obviously, the jokes that we said on the show are jokes, dude.
And
so
You know what it is that Kyle is a very good-looking dude. His hair's really nice, and you poke fun at that. It's just something that's out there.
Right. He's like a Tombstone, That's the prettiest man I ever seen.
He's a
You know,
he's a good-looking dude.
And he's hella good at jiu-jitsu.
He's really good at jiu-jitsu.
So people are going to talk about it.
Right.
And it's so, dude, like.
And you know what? A little bit of it is, too. It's a language barrier.
Probably.
It is because,
yeah.
like, you'll say, they said this and this and this, and they're like, well, what do you mean about
that's
that?
true.
How many times have we heard from Brazilians? What do you mean by that, bro?
All the time.
Right. So like that was actually part of that Kyle Terra crew. I guess they were high on the sauce because Yuri Samoa's won, so they were feeling tough.
And he did a great job.
He did a great job. All we did was talk about how awesome Yuri is, and he beat Diego and blah blah blah. We just did nothing but talk him up, and in the end, I found out that he was actually pissed at me because I called him an underdog.
But he didn't understand what
he didn't
underdog
understand
meant.
what an underdog means. He just heard the term dog, and in third world country, you're called a dog.
No, dude.
Called him wait.
Yuri Samoa.
And I said I was rooting for him because I like the underdog. I want
because
see
we
him
made
win.
picks.
Because the reason why he was an underdog is because Diego and some of the other tournaments there had smashed everybody.
Yeah, and that was the only point of it. But You know what, dude? Major props to Yuri Simões. The guy's a beast. He has great jiu-jitsu.
He's a
And
beast.
I've tried to get him on the podcast before in the past just to talk to him. And Kaio is the first guy I ever interviewed for Inside BJJ, ever. He's the very first one I ever talked to, right? So he's the first dude I went to when I wanted to interview somebody about jiu-jitsu. So that's that, because I think Kaio Terra's got great jiu-jitsu. That's my standpoint. Now, look, we joke around all the time, too, so big deal. Like, if you don't want us to talk about you, we won't.
I don't know.
Well, you
man.
shouldn't, dude, because you're only a brown belt.
I find it hard to not talk about people like that. You know what I mean? Like, if you're an unreasonable person and you're a dick,
I don't think,
dude, how can you like not expect somebody to talk about?
I don't think he's being unreasonable if he says, "Hey, like, this is my beef," and I said, "Okay, this is why."
I would
and
never
we talk
want
about
to.
it.
I would never want to harm somebody's business or career.
Not at all, dude.
But if your personality traits, they warrant conversation.
And that's
Then
regardless.
you're gonna get some conversation.
And that's
No,
regardless of whether their name's Kaio Terra or Lloyd Irving
I agree with
or
him.
Kurt Oceander or anybody.
I agree with Ernest a little bit. Like, we're the press, believe it or not. We're the press. This is a real show. People really listen to.
If we're the press, then we're
part of the
serious
press.
trouble.
We're part of the jiu-jitsu
Well,
press,
it's like
whether
how
you like it or not.
It's like Adam Carolla talks about, like, dude, I can't believe you said that about your mom and dad on air. I can't believe you put them in your book and talked about them that way. He's like, well, fuck them. Like, the moral of the story is be nice to people because you never know when they're going to get a mic and an audience.
What we're doing is
Right?
We're not the press, dude.
We're a part of a
We are
media.
trying to provide entertainment, is what we're trying to provide.
But that is that's media.
In a sense, it is, and we talk about real things. But look, most of what we do is humorous and satire in nature.
Yes.
Right? I mean, we have
agree.
commercials with fake characters, and we ham shit up. We change things around. We mix weird stuff in. Like, nobody knows. The thing about when you listen to the shows, you don't know what you're going to get. That's why people like to hear it, and we're real about it. So people are going to have to take it with a grain of salt. Like, hey, man, if we're joking around and Ernest is doing, like, deaf guy voice and talking how, like, it's not personal, dude. It's just for entertainment. That's what's hot right now. That's what people are listening to, and we want people to laugh. So, everybody, let's just stop being weird about it.
Relax. Like,
Can't we all just get along?
yeah, that's like, what is it? The Dave Chappelle. He's like, you set black people back 400 years. He's like, word? I didn't know I had all that power. Like,
Oh shit, son.
like,
So,
Friends.
changing gears here.
we're gonna change. Wait, we're gonna change.
I want to
gears?
change gears.
We can't talk about. I don't know. I kind of. It's up. I'll leave it to you, but I would like to talk about the tactic and how you were approached.
Nah, it's not even important, dude. It doesn't even matter to me.
I think it matters.
Nah, it doesn't. I think that if people want to hear that over time,
Ernest Project.
over time,
Gary.
those details will leak out, and they just have to keep listening. If you want to hear it, just keep listening. The other thing is
premium.
It's called premium, bitches. UFC Fight Night was last night, and Matt, I gotta say, man, I used to kind of look up to you as the guy with the knowledge. You're not that
Fuck
guy
you.
anymore, dude.
You fucking
Seriously.
lost it, bro.
You lost, dude.
Man, you used to be.
You couldn't see
Yo,
that
man.
Rockhold was gonna beat Machida, and I
Your
told
ass
you
used to
that.
be beautiful.
No, I couldn't see it, and it was and Vegas called it right down the line almost. So I wasn't the only one.
You should come talk to me before you talk to Vegas.
Maybe you should talk to your wife.
I'm
She
gonna
seems
sit
to
here.
have really good picks.
Don't talk about my wife. My wife will sit here and pout now for the next 20 minutes.
Matt, the funny thing about you is you're trolling right now.
I'm not trolling.
Yeah, you are.
Who?
Hey, dude,
me?
have you ever
me
have you-
trolling?
Have you ever trolled yourself?
That's bullshit.
I've never trolled.
You know,
I don't remember that.
Dude, what did you think about Paige Van Zandt? She destroyed
think-
Herrig.
You know, I think
me see
she
a
didn't-
picture
no,
of her.
I
She
wouldn't
looks
call
hot,
it
dude.
destroyed. There came a point in the fight where she was really pouring it on, and then Felice couldn't keep up anymore.
Matt.
But Felice was kicking her ass too.
Not- maybe the first 2 minutes of the
No,
fight.
not even the
Can we
first
get
2
a full
minutes,
body
dude.
shot of
The
the
first
ones
2
we're
minutes of
talking
the
about,
fight. Look, the first 2 minutes of
Hell
the
yeah.
fight, Felice Herrig got a little bit lucky that Paige Van Zandt didn't have an underhook on that
God,
headlock
these girls
takedown.
are so hot.
On that headlock takedown, she got a little bit lucky, right?
They're the hottest chicks with no tits I've ever seen.
I think they both had.
I
them
wonder who
removed.
does their. I wonder.
Nothing that was funny. Fuck you, Tim.
I
You
wonder who
laugh when I
does their,
fucking throw gold out
Actually,
there.
Matt laughed at it.
You
Oh,
did,
you
but you
wanted me to
didn't.
laugh.
You didn't.
Do it again. Ready?
Who does their.
Those
Yeah.
are the hottest chicks with no tits I've ever seen. Oh no, you kind of pitchy, dog. I'm not feeling
Oh
it.
man,
I want to know who does their Brazilian wax before their fights.
you're so retarded. This is the kind of shit that gets Ralek Gracie in trouble. Paige Van Zant won. I was kind of glad she won because I kind of thought Herrig was being a little bit of a hater.
Really? Why?
Because Van Zant, it was like, 4-1 going into the fight or 5-0, something like that. And Felice Herrig was saying, basically, you got your Reebok sponsorship and you're new to this game, and I'm going to teach you what for.
She's selling the fight.
Yeah, I know, but I was glad she lost.
But she got worked. What happened was Paige just was relentless in her attack, and Felice got worked. She couldn't keep up.
Absolutely.
But I think that Felice could come back and learn from it and be stronger.
Probably can.
She has an amazing ass.
Cub Swanson got worked pretty hard by Max Holloway.
Cub got worked. Dude, it's coming close to the end of the line for Cub. He's lost 2 in a row to the elite leveler fighters. I think he's in a lot of trouble. He's in a must-win situation to keep that UFC money coming in.
I think so too.
If you never knew him as a fighter and you heard the name Cub Swanson and you're like, yeah, my cousin Cub Swanson's coming over.
I thought he sold.
You'd be
steaks.
like, this little fruit, dude. I have to deal with this little dude. He's gonna fucking not. He's gonna need his inhaler every 10 minutes. And we're gonna fucking not be able to bike because he can't handle stressful activities and shit.
Somewhere, somebody in Cub Swanson's camp is listening to this, dude. And they're planning.
You said we're weak, and you said that he needs an inhaler.
You said I have asthma.
You said he has asthma and that he's a pussy.
What, Matt, do you think Holloway is a different fighter than when he fought Conor McGregor? It looks like he's really stepped up.
Well, I mean, everyone's got Conor as being the next greatest thing since Jesus, so
maybe even a little higher. You know what I mean?
You think Conor is more popular than Jesus?
Jesus Christ and Conor McGregor.
Conor, what do you think about Jesus?
I tell you what, one day I was walking to the beach, right? And I said, I see 2 footprints, right? And one is mine and one is the Lord's. And then I fall down, and I notice when I get up to walk that there's only one set. And I said, Christ, why, when in my hardest times, I don't see you walking with me? And he says, Conor, it is because it is I that is carrying you. Oh, Christ.
That's funny.
My Savior.
Jim Miller got dismantled, huh?
Jim's one of those tough dudes. He's a gatekeeper.
Beneil Dariush. I was pretty sure that Beneil was going to win.
He's
but
got a
dude,
fat guy's body, huh? What the fuck?
Who's this?
Beneil Dariush.
He's a big motherfucker.
He's got just wide. Like if he gains 10 pounds, he'll look like me.
Yeah, he's kind of
You know what I
white.
mean? Like,
No, you have to gain a lot more weight than that.
Fuck your face, Matt.
Oh, dude, Jacare had a beautiful arm lock.
I told you that guy was
Jacare? Fucking
Chris
guy.
Camozzi was a jobber.
Dude, check this out. He was passing Camozzi's guard, right? Passing his guard on the left side. Camozzi had his left arm stiff-armed on Jacare's hip. Jacare did a weird little knee switch, and instead of going to mount, Camozzi tried to turn over. Jacare went all the way over into the arm lock and snapped up the arm on the other side, flipped him over.
I seen it.
It was sweet.
Went to spider web. Fuck that shit.
It was rad.
Chris Camozzi was a jobber in this fight.
Yeah, that was. Man, it's a tall
He had
order
no
to step
chance.
in and to come up
He
against
had no
Jacare.
No chance in hell.
I agree.
If I had to fight Jacare, I would just be like, dude, I'm gonna take this motherfucker to a decision and not try to win at all.
If I had to fight Jacare, first thing I do, I kick him in the nuts. Then then I poke him in the eye. I do all kinds of dirty shit.
If I had to fight Jacare,
I'd poke him in the fucking eye.
I would try to incorporate acai into the match. So I distract him with acai. You know what I mean? Like
It'd be like throwing scuffed shoes at the leprechaun.
yeah.
Like, he had to fucking run to the
has to
fucking
shine
acai. Like,
oh, it's gonna fall on the mat.
he started complaining.
Jacare-
You said all I like is acai, and that I don't speak good English.
Jacare looks like a new breed
I don't
of
even
monkey
understand.
that we haven't discovered yet.
I feel like I might have to edit that out of the podcast, dude.
Why? He's not black. I can say that.
I'm just gonna disagree with everything you fucking said right there. I'm disowning that comment.
So you're saying that Jacare doesn't look like a monkey at all? At all? I mean, Ernest looks like a silverback gorilla.
I know he does, dude, but you got to be real.
You look like a spider
Matt,
monkey.
you got to be real careful throwing that word around now.
Monkey?
Yes.
The views,
You can
comments,
call
and
Brazilians monkeys, bro. Nobody cares.
the views,
okay.
comments, and
Dude, I
Nonsense
I
that
am
Matthew Freeman
separating
says
myself from that comment.
are
dude.
not the views of Ernest Mello or Tim Freeman or Inside
or
BJJ
inside,
as a whole.
yeah. You gotta watch your fucking mouth, dude. You got something wrong with
You gotta
you,
watch
man.
your mouth, bitch.
You better watch your mouth, dude.
Yo, motherfucker, you call Jacare some crazy primate shit. Watch your motherfucking mouth, play. You about to get slapped.
He crawls in the cage.
No, I understand what
because
you're
he's an alligator fucker. He's the fucking
that's what- he's the
yakare.
alligator.
I'm telling you, if you
Matt,
put,
he does this. He doesn't go.
That's not
He goes
like
this.
yeah. He's like, oh, I thought that was
he's
a
an
bamboo.
alligator. Is that better?
You talk about Ernest saying crazy shit. You're really out of pocket today, dude.
You, my friend.
You have
What's so
fucking-
bad about monkey?
Dude, and you can't stop. That's the problem. Is you think this is what Matt really thinks. He thinks he's so evolved with podcasting and radio that he's gonna manipulate entire shows.
That's what I think.
He's got it all figured out. What his lines? What's he gonna
Just go to the next fight.
Wait, who won that pick? You or Katie?
Your
Big
mom.
yakare.
Yeah, that's real good stuff. Hey, you know what? I want to remind everybody
There's
to
another fight, dumbass.
Your mom.
Who's the other fight that you want to talk about? That's so important.
I know why.
This is
you
the
don't-
one that he won.
I know why you don't want to talk about this fight.
Who?
The one fight that he won.
Which one are you talking about?
The guy that cuckolded you.
Oh, Rockhold Machida. We already talked about it.
Okay.
I told you Rockhold was going to destroy Machida, and he did.
Oh, he lost that pick too. Huh?
And you didn't believe me.
No, not necessarily.
Just why don't you just do this, dude? Because I had a dream. All right, and in this dream, we had these fight cards, and on the fight cards we had picks.
Picks, Lord.
Right, and you put your fight card, you put it on the table, and it stood
put it on the
upright.
table,
It
Lord.
stood upright.
It stood upright as a vision.
And then I
Lord.
put my fight card pick up on the table, and mine stood upright. But when mine stood upright, your fight card bowed to my
It
fight
bowed,
card.
Lord.
It
Bowed
paid
to him.
obeisance to him.
Give it up to him, Lord.
All right.
I want to commend you though, because
Command him.
All right. Let's
after
take a
you
quick
got
break. We're going to be
cuckolded
right
by
back.
Luke, you still picked him to win.
Hey, I want
Luke Rockhold, the cuckolder.
I want to remind everybody
Luke
to make sure they check out Matt Freeman with Chuck Walker and Will Cowan. It's on this week's Big MF Experiment. Make sure you check that out. Stick around. We will be right back with Manny Gonzalez.
After these messages.
Okay, ready?
Sometime he bring peace, and sometime he bring war. And I'm about to bring some war on all y'all cheap ass motherfuckers who never put a motherfucking goddamn thing in this motherfucking bitch. You listening to the show, but you ain't paid jack shit, motherfucker. You finna have to pay $1.99. Or I'm gonna fuck your ass up, you motherfucking punk ass bitch. Pay your tithes and be blessed.
Go to www.insidebjj.com/premium to support the Lord's work. And welcome back to Inside BJJ. We are joined on the line with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, runs an academy up in Sacramento. He's a good friend of the show, Manny Gonzalez. How you doing, Manny?
Chilling, man. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thanks for joining the program. I know I saw you at the American Cup last week, and before that, saw you at the U.S. Open, and we talked about getting you on. And so I'm glad that we were finally able to do it.
Yeah, me too, man. Thanks for having me.
So I got to throw a disclaimer out there because some of the shit talking that we do on Inside BJJ is ruffled some feathers here and there. Just so you know, man, we're just
I did?
No, not you, man. No, some of the shit talking that we do on our show, being the morons that we are, has ruffled some feathers here and there. But you should know that if we do say that you're like Skinny Vinny or something like that, we're just fucking around. I don't want you to beat me up when you see me, dude. I'm just playing, man.
Matt's not. He actually.
It's all good, man. Like I said,
Matt is not joking around. He's
taking E for Vinny.
Yeah, no, he still thinks you're Vinny.
So people have called you Skinny Vinny since you were younger. Are you?
Not exactly like Skinny Vinny, but they would like think they would. Like a lot of people thought I was like his little brother because we live in the same town at the time in Temecula. So like they'd see him around, they'd see me around, you know.
Like, hey, how's Vinny doing, man?
That's
You're like,
crazy.
I don't fucking know.
I'm like, dude, I'm not even Brazilian, dude, man.
You're like, I'm Mexican, yo.
Yeah.
The same shit. You're just born on the southern part of Mexico.
Yeah, right.
Fucking your parents wandered off a little bit too far.
Became
Became Brazilian.
Yeah.
You got to wander pretty far to get down to Brazil from Mexico.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I want to remind our listeners
That's why they're more angry.
that you guys can check out Manny's school up in Sacramento. Go to Ralek what is it? HalfGracieSacramento.com, right?
.com. Yep.
Difference between a Mexican and a Brazilian.
And that's Half with an R.
Can of spray paint.
Check that out. And also, Manny, you guys have your 1-year anniversary coming up on May 2nd, and you're having a big open mat barbecue, doing some promotions and all that. Can you tell our listeners a little bit about that and how they can get in touch with you?
Yeah, well, basically, like you said, it's a 1-year anniversary of being open. We actually opened on May 1st of last year, but since May 2nd is Saturday, we're going to do it on that day. We're going to celebrate on that day. So, like I was saying, I was going to do promotions. Open that, I'm going to do a barbecue right outside the academy, so it should be good. Yeah, to get in contact with me, just you can hit me up on my cell at 916-606-7404. That's like my business cell phone. Or like you could just go on Facebook, Ralek Gracie Association Sacramento on Facebook, and that's a good way to get in touch with me as well.
The barbecue is free?
Matt's already getting ready to go.
Yeah, man. Potluck.
He's called.
We're going to have stuff.
Matt's going to have like his family reunion at
I don't have to
barbecue.
bring anything, and I could come and eat.
Dang, like that?
That's how the Stockton boy rolls. Hey, also, you guys run open mats on Sundays, right? And you guys have, pretty much everyone's welcome from the area, and they drop in and train?
Yeah, it's every Sunday, 1 to 4:30. It's absolutely free. All you got to do is just sign a waiver, and, pretty much it's always busy every Sunday. Like right now, like I was saying, there's like over 30 people on the mat from like 6 or 7 different academies, like all over the Sac area. A lot of upper belts too, a lot of beginners as well. But it's always good training on Sunday.
Are you at the academy right now?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, I actually just finished a couple of rounds before you called. So.
Oh, nice. Right, we interrupted your roll. I want.
You didn't.
Can you get a white belt on the mat right now and just talk to us while you destroy him? That'd be kind of neat. Just give us a walkthrough right now. Like now, I'm gonna oil check him.
I don't have a headset, so.
You just hold it in one hand.
Just make him hold the phone while you fuck him up.
So, dude, you went down and trained in Brazil a little bit with Gordo. Can you tell us about that? I'm always intrigued because it seems like everyone who goes down there and trains with that guy.
Is there a better word you can use than Gordo, dude? That's offensive.
Yeah. Let me see. Gordinho. No, I don't think that's his name either.
That's
tell us about that,
brother.
Everyone who goes down there is like, man, they seem like they come back really good after training with Gordo.
Oh yeah, like as long as you're training, yeah, and then you'll come back good, you know.
Well, you ever have guys go down there and just don't train? They just
go eat with
They
Gordo?
just chase girls the whole time, or what?
Oh yeah, it's so easy to get wrapped up in like the nightlife in Rio or just like the party scene. Oh,
How many girls did you bang while you were down there?
Oh, dude.
Oh, dude. How many did you pay for?
Oh, dang, you gotta jam me up right now,
dude. What do you guys come right out at Manny? But seriously, dude,
no,
how
seriously,
many?
like you're a dumbass if you go there and you're trying to court a girl and you're gonna be there for like a week or a month. Like, dude,
Baby.
you trying to fucking start a fucking relationship,
that's all I'm
dude.
gonna say though. I'll agree with you on that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, trying to fucking form a relationship with somebody.
Trying to
What are you
romance
gonna
a
do?
chick in
Fucking
fucking
long.
Brazil.
That's the longest of distance relationships. You fucking moron.
We're gonna get married.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
We're getting married.
that's like walking by a ready-made pastry aisle. And like, no, I want to make my cake. What the fuck?
She's learning.
Just grab a fucking slice for $1 and leave, dude. Just grab a fucking slice, dude.
She's gonna learn
I knew
English.
a guy that did that, man.
Oh no, really? What happened? Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Fucking ruined his life.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna say his name, but like he went down to Rio there, right? And
What does his
stayed
name
a couple
rhyme
months. What's that?
What does his name rhyme with?
Oh, I'm not gonna say. No.
All right.
I don't want to put him like directly on the spot, you know. But yeah, he went down there and got some chick pregnant, and then now he like lives there.
Yeah, so those girls are
dumbass.
fertile, man. You gotta watch out when you're fucking girls in Brazil. You gotta strap that shit up.
I actually make them wear latex shorts. And just cut a little slice into it. Then I also wear condoms.
Just a clear a raincoat, a clear raincoat.
I don't want to be like
a
those,
latex raincoat.
like they have those lizards that live in really dry deserts where if they dip their toe in water, it'll like transfer all the way to like their whole system. So any kind of water that touches them, they get hydrated. That's like Hispanic girls and semen. Like if any semen touches them anywhere, you're like, oh, dude, I blew it, and it was all in her hair. It was hella funny. Like she's calling you like a few months later, like, can't miss my period. I'm like, what the fuck does that matter to me? Like, why the fuck are you telling me? You're like, because.
Dude, I know it on your face. Why are you calling me about this?
You're like, well, like they're like, I always call like Hispanic girls like they're like gremlins. You know, if you put water on them, they just fucking pop up a bunch of little gremlins and shit.
Hispanic girls
Little
are
drop
like
of water,
gremlins.
like fuck, they multiplied.
You think I want to
Dumbass.
edit that?
I said no. Come
No,
on.
you have
Hey,
to edit that.
my
Can't say monkey.
my family is proof of that, dude. So,
Uh,
so
Oh,
how did
man.
that work out for him getting a Brazilian chick pregnant? Was she at least hot? Really hot?
Oh, dude, I never actually got to look at her. But,
that means she's not.
Yeah, I mean, she's not, like,
She probably has a
he
big
didn't
ass
really
though.
post too much pictures of her. Like, I mean, from what I remember, he didn't really post that many pictures. I deleted him off my Facebook a while ago because he kind of got, like, annoying.
He probably didn't get a lot of pussy though, so for him it's a good deal.
I mean, dude, that's
Yeah, right?
I wonder how many guys have gone down to Brazil to train and just completely blew all their cash, like partying, and then didn't really even train that much and kind of wasted the whole trip. That has to
yeah, I've
happen,
seen that.
right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
You've seen it. You've actually seen guys do it.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I went all the way down there to train with Gordo. Asked me about my half guard. I don't have one.
How long were you in Brazil?
So I was there for 4 months. I was there in January 2011, all the way through May.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's a long fucking time.
So
Yeah.
did you train with Gordo the whole time? I know there's some other guys you train with, right?
Trained exclusively at Gordo's Academy.
Nice.
But he has a bunch of black belts there. Like, every night you go there, there'll be like, 10 to 15 brown and black belts, like 2 white belts, a few blue belts.
What was their reception to you rolling in? I mean, did you kind of have an introduction? Did you have somebody who kind of knew Gordo and also knew you, or how did that even work?
Well, I went through Connection Rio and did that. So
Oh, nice, yeah.
through Dennis Ash.
Yeah, he's a real cool dude.
So yeah, he's real cool. So I just went through Connection Rio and like stayed there, and it was like a 30-second walk to his academy,
Now, when you go through Connection Rio, do they give you the option to pick where you want to train at, or do they just kind of recommend you go to Gordo School, or how does that work?
So you go there, and Connection Rio is like its own business, right? So you just pay rent there, and then you can train. You can choose to train or choose not to train, or you can just train wherever you want, But yeah, they do recommend it because it's like right down the street.
Is Connection Rio like a do regular tourists use Connection Rio, or is it all BJJ tourism?
So when I was there, we all trained. It was all BJJ people. There was like a couple people that came through there that didn't train at all, but like since they were in Rio, they just decided to start training there.
Oh, I wonder if like if you got like a I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind. I'm just gonna
Go
say
ahead.
it.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna
Now
do
I
it.
want to know. Now I want to know.
I was
Don't
just gonna
be a
say
pussy,
this.
bitch.
I was gonna say this. Like, if Connection Rio really wanted to make money, what they would do is they would advertise in the gay community
Connection
that they
train.
have like a whole room full of hot like jiu-jitsu athletes, right? And they're all
God.
staying there, and that they could come down and stay there too. You know what I mean? I think they would probably sell.
You'd go, wouldn't you?
I have.
So advertise to gay people? That's what you're saying?
Yeah, well, what they do is they just they spin it. They go, look, man, there's a lot of hot dudes who
They
are going to
just
be
use
living
the,
in this house.
I have
They
a
use
really
the old
cool
Mario
joke that I want to say, but I can't say it.
They're
They use
gonna
the old Mario Sperry videos.
Yeah, when they're hosing them off in the horse stall
Oh, that's hilarious.
with water, with like a water hose. They're like, this is what you get to experience at Connection Rio.
It'll like market like no gi without no shirt on, like as self-defense. Learn self-defense, and it's just like a bunch of like old Ralek Gracie with the red trunks on and a mustache.
Well, I
looking
love
like
it.
Magnum PI.
We have a picture hanging up in our academy of one of our training partners. Chuck Walker went down to Brazil, and there's a picture, and it's with him and 2 other Brazilian dudes, and like one of them is in gi pants with no shirt, but the other one's literally in a pair of underwear. Like he just jumped in the picture with like his tighty, but they're red, like tight red
Yeah,
underwear,
yeah.
and just like. But he's standing there, and everyone's just standing there mean mugging. But you're like, dude, this one guy seems kind of out of place.
And then there's Chuck with his like
His
there's
cop
only-
stash.
I used to wear a mustache, and I was informed by this female that I knew that hung out with a lot of gay people. She said, "Dude, get rid of the mustache. Only 3 people wear a mustache only. Paisas."
Spices, yeah.
Yeah, paisas, cops, and gay people. And I was like, shit.
Spices.
Yeah. I was like, shit, I got to get rid of the stash, dude.
You could've
And
there's-
there's the child molesters.
Yeah, and
Oh,
chomos,
brother.
yeah. So there's Chuck.
Chester molester
There's
mustache.
Chuck. There's Chuck. Yeah. So there's a picture of Chuck winged by a dude with no shirt and gi pants and a dude in underwear and his little mustache.
Yeah, it's a pretty awesome picture.
You're like, what is he? He's the white dude gone down to Brazil with shirtless dudes. Is he a cop? Is he gay? He's not a paisa.
the YMCA.
Yeah.
Now that's
If
pretty
you
cool.
rolled within a van, that should tell you a lot.
Right.
Like an old beat-up white van.
With curtains on it.
In uniform. No, so
Yeah.
so you come down, you train at Gordo's, dude. How are you received? I mean, they must have a lot of tourists come in and train with them there, right? I mean, when I say
Oh, yeah,
tourists,
they're
I'm-
actually...
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, when I say tourists, I mean like jiu-jitsu tourism, guys from the U.S. that want to go down to Brazil and train.
Oh yeah, they're used to that a lot. Actually, a lot of the guys that train at Gordo's that are like that are from Rio, you know, that train there. A lot of them speak English. So yeah, you're received like we're all received like really well there. They're used to foreigners coming there, and yeah, they actually like it because speaking English is like a thing there, you know. They like being able to speak English, you know. They like to be able to practice their English, you know.
Gotcha.
With you, so they like it when they're there, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you go down there, you train, you put 4 or 5 months in, you come back. I mean, how old were you when you went down to Brazil?
I was 21. I was a brown belt.
Nice.
I came back when I was 22. I had my birthday there.
Oh, wow. Tell us about that, Manny.
He can't.
So remember you were asking me if I paid for anything when I was down there?
Our code will be, did you buy any cake?
Let's just...
Did you go to the bakery and buy any
Put
cake?
it that way on my birthday.
Did you
He had a lot of cake.
Did I have a lot of cake? Yeah.
it sounds like you had a great birthday. So you
He had a big round cake.
a giant one.
Did you blow out a candle or did you have somebody blow your candle out?
Oh,
Jesus
God.
Christ.
We just want to know what kind of cake it was. Was it the kind of cake where you had to blow out the candle or did somebody blow out your
It
candle
was,
for you?
it was one of the best cakes I've ever had. Let's put it that way.
So you also trained with Rafael Dos Anjos, right? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Outside the Santos, yeah, I trained with him. He'd be there training like pretty much every night at Gordo's. And yeah, it was that was really, really fun. Man, I didn't really know who he was because at that time I didn't really follow UFC.
I don't think he was as well known back then either.
No, he wasn't. In fact, he was coming back from like a jaw injury or something that he had in the previous in a fight like more recently than that, you know.
Yeah.
Like prior to me going there, but he was still training, and yeah, you can't do anything to that guy on the mat.
Nice.
Like he's a straight beast.
So you go down there, you get this experience, you train with all these people. Is it what you hoped it would be? I think a lot of people have never been to Brazil and they have this idea in their head like, I'm gonna go down to Brazil, I'm gonna get hella good, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna fuck everybody up at my academy when I come back. Did you have that experience?
Yeah, and so it was like everything that I thought it was going to be, and like a lot more. Because like, especially like, because I stayed really consistent on training. I would train Monday through Friday, like twice a day, like in the afternoon and at night. And then I would on Saturdays I would just do the open mat they had there, and then I would take Sunday off to hang out at the beach or something. But yeah, I kept that same schedule like all the way through those 4 months. You know, yeah, there were some nights where we were just in a partying and stuff. But like, especially like for Carnival, like the school was closed, so.
They closed the whole school for Carnival. Wow.
They closed everything for Carnival, man.
How long does Carnival last?
So it's like 4 days and like three nights, 4 days, something like that. 4 days, 3 nights. Yeah.
And how long does the regret last after Carnival? Like how long does that
Oh,
last?
dude, like
About
a week.
A week.
About as long as the blisters?
Oh.
Yeah.
Right until the antibiotics kick in and then you're
Yeah,
good.
once you
Like-
see the discoloration going away, you're good.
It's like 6 months
Yeah.
later when you find out if or if not you have AIDS.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So you go down there. So it turns out to be like everything you expected. You come back to the academy. What is going through your mind on like your first training session when you come back to the academy? Are you looking like, hey, man, I'm going to show these motherfuckers how good I got?
Yeah, it was like that.
I knew it was. I knew
I
it.
like your honesty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was like that, like a lot. Like I was when I came back, I was a lot lighter. I was like 10 pounds lighter, and I was just lean from training all the time, and you know I was eating pretty good down there too. So yeah, I came back, and then I was like a lot better than almost all my training partners at that time.
Was there anybody, and you don't have to name names, but did you pass anybody up while you were gone? Like maybe there's always that guy that you're like, fuck, this guy's always got my number, man. You go away, you come back, and you're like, not anymore.
To be honest with you, in the school I grew up in, like by the time when I was like a brown belt, I was already like one of the
higher rank,
like
guys.
one of the higher rank guys at the gym. So I was already, there's some guys that I would be like neck and neck with,
Yeah.
But when I came back, they still trained hard while I was gone,
Yeah.
to try and keep their level up so that it keeps competitive when I came back, right?
Right.
So do you think they actually purposefully trained hard so you wouldn't be able to beat them when you came
Probably,
back?
right? That's what I would do.
I think so. Like we were all a bunch of young dudes, so like,
You're
like in our early 20s and stuff.
You're like, motherfucker, man. All they did was take private lessons the whole time I was gone, man.
Yeah. But I mean, my game was like so much better by the time I came back, like noticeably better. Not just in like specific techniques, but more like proficient in like securing positions and like doing the positions that I already knew, Like my timing was better. Yeah.
What do you think was the breakthrough that you had? I mean, was it just the amount of training you were doing and the focus? You were in a new environment and you didn't have as much distraction, or was it the instruction, or what combination? What do you think it was?
So the instruction there was, I compare it to how it is like in California, like SoCal area, the instruction. It's all pretty relative, right? But like I think the breakthrough that you're talking about that would happen was like the training consistently, but consistently training with like dudes that are better than me. Like I got tapped out every class there.
Yeah.
Like every class, like multiple times. So just training with those guys brings your level up.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, especially if you're when you're in a room, like you say, you're in a room and you're a brown belt and you're one of the better guys in the class. Maybe you're in like the top 5 guys out of 40 people that are there, versus when you go to a class and you're like in the bottom 10 out of 50 people or the bottom 20, right? And you're really like,
even though you're like a brown or a black belt, right?
Yeah.
You're still getting your ass kicked by those 50 other people.
yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Fuck, that's crazy.
So when you come back, you start blasting ass on everybody, right? You're taking dudes down. They're like, blasting ass may be the inappropriate word to use, and I apologize. I don't mean it.
Probably.
Tim eats a different kind of cake.
Yeah.
Sounds like something you do after you eat a burrito.
You're like, oil checking, crazy. No, so you're.
He went on the gay cruise to Rio. It's like totally blasting ass the entire time.
So you're training down in Temecula, right? I mean, what's the jiu-jitsu scene down there? What is it like down that way? Because Temecula's kind of desert, kind of like east of San Diego, right? Kind of by Riverside.
Is that Carlson?
Yeah, it's like northeast of San Diego, hour northeast of San Diego, and like an hour.
So you're training with
southeast of LA.
Was that Carlson Junior School?
No. I wasn't training there. I was training at a Gracie and Metamoris school there.
The fuck, dude?
My head instructor was Ricardo Guimares.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's been in Temecula for like 13 years now, 14 years. Had a school there, and I was one of his first students.
Oh wow, he had didn't he have some like stomach surgery or some problems a few years back? He had some illness he was dealing with, wasn't he? Is that the same dude?
Yeah, he had a stomach cancer. And but he had to go through chemo and like have surgery and stuff. And yeah, it was fucked up. But he was still a beast, man. And even though he was on chemo, he was still training and like rolling dudes up. It was
damn. You got to
pretty inspiring to watch, man. I have a lot of respect for that guy still.
You got to be a bad dude to be on chemo on the mats, roughing dudes up.
I'd be a total dick every time I like tap somebody or pass a guy. Like, dude, I passed your shit and I got fucking cancer, dude. You're a bitch.
Yeah,
you probably would be
still,
that
like
guy.
Teaching classes and stuff too. It was pretty cool to see, like him, like still, doing it.
So
usually when you get on chemo, aren't you like bedridden and shit?
You usually pretty weak, and your immune system usually is really crappy.
Did you get watery-eyed every time you bowed out at class?
What's that?
Every time you bow out at class, did you like get watery-eyed and shit? Like a soldier saluting the flag after a hard battle?
I would have.
Oh, I was pretty emotional when I found out he had stomach cancer. I was pretty sad.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I was to be honest, I was pretty devastated, man. It sucked.
Give him a quiver.
I've known him I had known him since I was like 14, so.
Oh yeah.
Did you
known him for a long time?
Did you start training with him originally?
Yeah, I started training with him as a white belt, and that's to promoting the black belt.
That's pretty cool because you don't see that a lot where guys start as a white belt with one guy and stick all the way through to black belt. A lot of times you'll see a jump somewhere in there, but that's pretty neat. That must have been pretty satisfying to be able to get your black belt from your original instructor.
Yeah, it was. I was real happy about it. It meant a lot, you know.
So what was the catalyst? Because I know you're up in Sacramento, and I know you have the academy up there. You guys can check that out at Ralek Gracie Sacramento. I only say Ralph so people type the R in because not everybody's hip on the H. But what was the catalyst that got you up this way in Northern California?
So I had a training partner. His name was Nathan Duenas, and he trained. We knew each other for 3-4 years. We started training in Temecula together. He joined the gym that Ricardo's gym, and we clicked like real quick. He was stationed there in the Marine Corps. Like Camp Pendleton was like 20-30 minutes away, so he was living in Temecula, training with us, and we became friends right away. And I remember, like I think I was like 20. I was like a purple belt, 1920 or something like that, and we were at his house, and pretty inebriated, right? And he goes, "Yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we opened up a school somewhere?" And I was all, "Yeah,
let's go to Vegas."
Yeah, I'd love to do that, right? But so then 5 years later, he hit me up in November of 2013, and he's like, "Hey man, let's open up a gym here in Sacramento." He's all, "It'll be great. It'll be great, right?" And I'm just like, I was already kind of committed to something else at that time, but I didn't want to not, how do you say it? I didn't want to not go after something that I always wanted and then wonder why I didn't do it.
Yeah, you didn't want to have any regrets.
Right. So I just dropped what I was committed to before, and I moved up to Sacramento. Right. That was it.
Wow. So that must have been pretty scary, dude. How was that news received from your friends and your family?
What's that? Oh, how was it received? Not well, man. Not from a lot of a few members of my family, didn't really agree with my decision. But at the end of the day, it's not about them; it's about me,
Holla. Yeah, no,
Holla.
Dude, it's hard, right? It's hard to make those decisions, and it's scary because nobody wants to fall flat on your face, but at the same time, it's worse to live with the regret of not trying something that you really wanted to try.
Yeah, it was something I wanted since I was 14, and I didn't want to like I was just saying, I didn't want to not do it and then wonder what could have been,
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim, what you really have to understand is that Tim's actually speaking from the heart. There's a dude in college that he's told us about, and he's like, he's got kids now. We don't really talk about it.
He's like, "You're so stupid, man." Does it make your head hurt that you're so stupid? It must make your head hurt.
It's very free and it's very liberating. Just let my fucking mind run.
There's just two thoughts floating around in your brain.
Hey, here's a stupid idea. Run with it, Ernest. And my brain's like, "Fuck yeah!"
Let's
That's why I love you.
it.
We always agree. Both halves of my brain high five. Like, that's stupid. Let's go.
So what was the decision to hook up with Ralek Gracie, dude? How did that happen?
Well, I figured originally I wanted to open up a school under the same banner that Ricardo was in, right? But things got a little weird, and so I was just like, man, I'm just gonna.
What do you mean weird?
Man,
weird?
It was more like a business decision, it was nothing really personal. Yeah, now we're delving into things that
Oh, okay.
I don't want to
You don't want to talk shit about anyone? No,
I don't.
It's okay.
No.
It's okay. You could be scared. It's cool.
No, so okay.
Okay. So, man, you're pushing my buttons. You're making me want to say this now. Okay.
It's okay to be scared, man.
Basically, I want to be part of that association, and it was very. How did I say it? Nothing was very clear to me. You know what I mean? So, and I figured I was I don't like how unclear. This is.
Yeah, you're going into business, man. You got business. You're going into business, so it's all different than when you're going into business.
Yeah, it was real vague, and I was just I didn't like the feeling of it, so I was like, man, I've known Sean Roberts for years, since we were blue belts and purple belts, blue and purple, so right away I got off the phone with Ricardo, and I was like, oh, I'm calling Sean. So then he was all, and then he was like, hey, you should just join our team, this and that and that. And then, you know, he arranged a meeting with me and Half. We went up to Kurt's in San Francisco, and
Did Hal fuck you up at any given point in time?
He's rolled me up, yeah.
That's a scary fucking dude, man. You went, that's a scary motherfucker right there.
How nervous were you going up to the Academy in San Francisco? Had you met Half or Kurt before?
I hadn't met either of them before. I just knew I just known Sean since we were like teenagers, though, you know. So
were you nervous at all going up there? Because Kurt is pretty laid back, but Half, man, I'm nervous right now when I see Half. I don't know which Half I'm gonna get.
Your motherfucker wears military cargo pants everywhere. That's all you got to say.
Yeah,
about that.
like I went up there and I wasn't really nervous. I was more like unsure of what was gonna happen. But like, you know, he liked me and, you know, I became part of his team and he accepted me and stuff. So
nice.
Yeah. So I was happy about it.
So it's a decision that you don't regret in terms of affiliating with Half.
Absolutely not.
So
I don't regret it
what
at
do you
all.
mean by? I don't understand what you mean by unclear. Like, what was unclear about your previous commitment to your?
Probably the financial aspect of it is what I'm assuming, right? That's usually what you're worried about.
Like, was it unclear that you were going to be able to open up a school under them, or is that what you mean?
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah.
All right. So hanging out with Sean Roberts, how many times, say in a week, you hanging out with that guy? Do you just look at him and go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" How many times in a month you go, "Shut the fuck up, dude"? Can't you just fucking hang out and be cool? How many times?
You know, like,
just on average.
He is cool. Like, you know, the way I met Sean Roberts was, I was like 16, 17, and we fought in a tournament in SoCal. You know, we just started like talking and like hanging out and just, you know, training every now and then with each other. Because he was in Chino Hills, I was in Temecula, which is like a 45-minute drive. And when you're a teenager, you know, and you don't have a car, it's, you know, you have to rely on your mom.
Mom, give me a ride to
so,
Sean's
like, sometimes
house.
I would visit his academy. He would visit like where I was training at, and you know, we'd hang out at tournaments and stuff, coach each other. Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool, man, that you guys kept in contact and you're friends through jiu-jitsu, and he helped kind of hook you up and get you the connection. And like a guy like Sean Roberts, like people want to talk shit or whatever, but jiu-jitsu really changed Sean Roberts' life, right? I mean, it really, really made it for the better for that dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and I'd say so for sure. He's a good guy. I don't know why people would talk shit about Sean Roberts, though.
He's a cool dude. He's laid back. I've always said
it's easy.
Because Ernest is a bully. That's what he really is. Yeah.
I thought you meant like people in general, but like
no,
we're talking about Ernest now.
We're just fucking around. Yeah.
Ernest has a chip on his shoulder because he went to fat camp and I called him out on it. And ever since then,
he was the smallest loser.
The smallest loser. That's good, dude. The world's smallest loser.
No, I know Sean, dude. I used to go out to Helps and train over there. We've trained a bunch of times. He's cool.
Nice. Oh, man, I'm going to have to fuck with you when I see you next, Ernest.
Dude, you should, man.
No, dude, I'm all for it. Look, hey, funny is funny. Even if it's me fucking being ragged on, if it's funny, fuck it.
Just don't bring up the fat. Don't bring up the fat camp thing.
I'm like that as well.
Yeah, I mean,
I talk
about
you're a
like,
good sport, dude.
Yeah, I
for
talk
sure.
about cuckolding Tim.
I mean, these guys are basically saying that Luke Rockhold is getting it on with my wife. That's what Matt.
I didn't say
We're
that.
not saying it. I mean, we have video proof. It's
really?
It's on X
that
videos,
is so
dude.
funny, man. He was talking to me the other day about. I'm messing around.
Dude, hey, go to xvideos.com and look up Luke Rockhold cuckold. You'll see it. It's a video.
Whoa.
Oh, Manny, dude, you're.
I didn't know this was going to be this fun.
Yeah, neither did I, man.
It really gives a new definition to the term Rockhold.
Yeah, right.
The Rockhold.
Rockhold.
If you get cuckolded by like an elite athlete, it's called a Rockhold from now on.
You got Rockhold.
It's not a cuckold anymore. It's a Rockhold.
Yeah,
There you go,
Rockhold.
dude. Nice.
Whole nother level.
So,
We've got to make like a sweet ass like guard pass to a submission, like a 10th Planet style, where it goes directly from a pass to a submission, and call it a Rockhold.
No, just call it the cuckold.
Call it the Rockhold. That way, it's like, dude, you just got fucked, dude.
That's wow. You should hit his people up and see if you could get that licensed.
I'll develop that and I'll trademark it. And then I'll tap you with it, and then if I tap you with it, then I get to cuckold you, right?
Oh no, dude. You
Whoa,
know what?
This will just make you bite
You know
the
what,
pillow,
dude?
homie.
You're off the show, dude. How do you like that? You're
Frozen.
out.
I'm going to fat
You're
camp.
out. Hey,
I'm
dude,
going to fat
get Halleck on the phone. We're gonna replace Ernest with Halleck.
Okay.
I'm going to fat camp.
So, hey, Manny, dude, what's coming up next for you, man? I know you got the anniversary thing coming up on May 2nd. Gonna be a big barbecue, big open mat. You're running the open mats on Sundays. When are we gonna see you back out on the mats again?
I'm actually going to do the June 20th All-Star Tournament in Santa Cruz.
Oh,
Nice.
rad, dude.
So I'll be there. I'm training for that now. So
So you get
I'll be there.
you get it's like $500, right? If you win in your division.
Yeah, if you win your division, it's a $500 win, dude. If you do the adult black belt, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that American Cup last week, and I kind of wasn't paying attention to the news about it. I just knew that I was going to go there to coach.
Yeah.
I was like, man, you get $500 if you win your weight class. Oh man, I got to do this next time.
I think you got to be crazy to be a black belt and not compete there. If you compete, because at least you could get paid everywhere else.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting paid anywhere
And
else.
$1,000 for open division? Shit, that's good bread.
Yeah, BJJ Tour does it right, man. Not only with the cash prize, but the prizes they're doing,
Yeah.
but it's just organized.
Yeah, and also they have real. I mean, seriously, not just because we do the play-by-play.
No, they have an amazing broadcast.
Their
booth.
broadcast is top spot, dude.
Those guys are hella
it's,
good.
It's
dude.
like professional. They got people that work on the CrossFit Games and ESPN and all kinds of shit. Like it's the real deal. It's a real broadcast. It's not no bullshit Mickey Mouse stuff. It's for real, dude.
Except for the guys doing it.
Yeah.
Well, the guys doing the
I was really
play-by-play are
impressed
really
when I went
good.
to the U.S. Open last year.
Yeah, it was pretty tight, right? I mean, it was good. It was legit.
Yeah, Claudio does it right, man. I like Claudio a lot.
Yeah, he's the gangster. He's the jiu-jitsu gangster that nobody knows about. It's like secret.
Yeah.
He doesn't come across like the gangster because if Claudio has to talk to you, you done fucked up, dude. Like
Yeah.
you messed up, dude. If Claudio has to talk to you.
Yeah, I can imagine, right?
Oh, for sure, dude. So, man, dude, thanks for calling in, man. I'm glad that you were able to take a few minutes and talk to us on a Sunday. I know you got an open mat going on, and you're doing good things, man. You're still a young dude, and you got a bright future ahead of you. Our listeners can check you out. Go to www.halfgraciesacramento.com. And I want to remind everybody, May 2nd is the big 1-year anniversary for you, man. Congratulations on that, and I hope everything is a smashing success, man.
Yeah, you guys should come through.
Yeah, dude. What we should do is come up on a Sunday and just like bring some
yeah,
equipment.
whatever you guys want.
Or Tuesday.
Hallelujah.
Or Tuesday.
That'd be nice. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Manny Gonzalez. Thanks a lot, brother.
All right, hey Ernest, man, I can't wait to talk shit to you the next time I see you.
Oh yeah, I asked for it.
All right, I'll see you, man.
All right,
see you guys.
right on.
Thank you.
Nice. Hey, let's jump over real quick to Javi Vasquez.
Jesus.
Javi.
Ken, what's going on?
Hey, you're on the air, man. What's going on, dude? You have perfect timing, my friend.
Jesus, what's going on, boys?
Hey, man. Well, what's going on? You tell us. Gracie Regionals, Chicago, right? Let's see, May 2nd. Is that right? May 2nd and May 3rd?
May 2nd, May 3rd. We're coming to Chicago.
Obama town.
People are complaining that we don't go to the East Coast or, head east, so we're going to try to do that.
And the URL for this is, would it be GracieTournaments.com or GracieWorlds.com? Either of them, I think, will get you there.
Yeah, I think it all kind of links together.
That's pretty sweet, man. So it's Gracie Regional Chicago. It is at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center, and you guys got kids and adults, submission only, no time limit finals. Man, if our listeners did not get a chance to check out the Gracie Nationals that took place a couple months back, right? Amazing matches and really nice production, and I really feel like you guys are only bringing better and cooler stuff every time you do it.
They had live play-by-play for that, right?
They had outstanding live play-by-play. It was
These
fantastic.
guys are pretty good. I don't know.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought they were two douchebags.
And then, dude, immediately after that, Javi shows up on EBI, which was pretty rad to see you out there, dude. It's pretty neat to see you out there competing again. I know that's not really your big push, but how's it feel to get out on the mats a little bit?
Well, I basically had zero preparation for EBI, so but it was fun. I just did it to help out some friends of mine that needed some help. You know what I mean? So I had told Eddie and Victor Davila that if you guys ever need help or whatever, just let me know. So they needed help, so I helped them out. But I basically had zero preparation.
How hard is it to jump into a tournament like EBI with not much preparation and just go out there and go up against these guys? Did you even know the opponent you were going to go up against?
No, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody. The only person I think I knew in the whole tournament was Karen Deravidian. I didn't know anybody else in that tournament. And then Eddie Cummings, because I just met him, whatever, when we brought him out for his match with Danny Procopis. And then Gary. I mean, anybody else? I didn't even know who was in the tournament. You know what I mean? So.
Wow. And speaking of, obviously, Gary Tonin, there was this big controversy going on between Eddie and Ralek Gracie, and did Ralek do this? Did Ralek not do that? Is Eddie lying? Is Gary lying? Is Ralek lying? What the fuck's going on down there, dude?
I don't even know, and I don't even want to get in the middle of it.
You're like you're literally in the middle of it, right? I mean,
yeah.
Dude,
I'm probably in the middle of it more than most people. But
you're like
more than anybody, probably.
Dude, you're like the gangbanger saying, "Hey, I don't want to trip on you, homies." Like, you're in a fucking gang, dude.
You got homies in the Bloods and in the Crips.
I
saw part of a video that Ralek had just recently put out. I don't even know what exactly happened. Did he say something negative about women grappling or something?
So two things. One is the one thing is the whole signing of trying to get guys to sign exclusive contracts and not let them compete in EBI. That was the first thing.
Yeah, but that shouldn't be that big of a deal, because I know Kron was under an exclusive contract a long time ago. So
I think Eddie was maybe irritated because it appeared that Ralek tried to swoop some people out of EBI right at the last minute, and
which is why he needed you.
Potentially put the EBI in jeopardy. Yeah, and so that was the beef there. And then the other beef is that Ralek basically said that, more or less in a nutshell, and I think it's not what he said, I think it's how Ralek said it that upset people, that we don't really see women on the Metamoris cards because they're not really bringing it and they're not really big draws. And I think the way he said it kind of pissed all the girls off, and the whole community's kind of up in an uproar. And Ralek put out a video, like 15 minutes, kind of talking about it, but the reception of that video hasn't been very good either. So I'm not sure, maybe Ralek should just have like somebody else talk. I don't know, man. I don't know.
A pinch speaker.
What do you any thoughts on that, man? I mean, Metamoris is good for jiu-jitsu, and I hate to see the bad publicity, but damn.
I don't know. He definitely needs somebody to do his PR for him, but he's the owner of the company, so who else is going to really do it for him? Unless
he needs
Rose. Kind of consult somebody. I don't know. I don't know.
What about Rose? She could get in there and do his PR.
She's not really a talker, dude.
Well, that's I do it for her. If she doesn't want to do it, so I try to just help her out. But I hope everything kind of works out on everybody's end. I kind of hope Ralek wasn't trying to do that. Trying to ruin the show, because even though Eddie is doing a show, it's quite a different show with different rules than what Ralek's doing. So he's just trying to go about it the right way and a different way. And I definitely see room for both formats, because they're very different formats.
Yeah, they are. I think that the situation with Metamoris is being promoted and pushed as a real promotion, a legitimate business, and not that Eddie's EBI is not, but Eddie has a lot of irons in the fire, and he's working on a bunch of things. And right now, it appears that the only thing Ralek is focusing on is Metamoris, and that is his focus. And so there's a lot of money he's poured into it, and he wants it to be successful. And he may view people like EBI, he may view that as a competitor.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's okay to have competitors. Like, it's not, you can't be buying everybody out. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't want to get super into it, because it's not my thing. But I just hope that I just hope everything is on the up and up with everyone. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, I
good
hear
answer.
You. That's a good answer. And obviously, you literally are in the middle of a situation like this, so you got to be kind of diplomatic in the way you.
Do you ever get your balls busted by someone in the Gracie family because you said the wrong thing to somebody?
I have. I have.
Come take a walk with me, Javi. We need to talk.
Basically, I got a phone call once that they said, we have to talk. And I go, am I in trouble? And they're like, no. And then when I got the phone call, I was in trouble. So,
yeah, that's
all good. But that all got squashed. So.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's rough. And the jiu-jitsu world has, for a lot of tough guys, everyone being tough, there sure is a lot of drama in the jiu-jitsu world between dudes.
A lot of sensitive motherfuckers in jiu-jitsu.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought if we did like girls volleyball or like soccer or softball, we'd have to deal with a lot of hurt feelings and shit. But like, damn, jiu-jitsu is a lot of sensitive motherfuckers, dude.
But I tell you what, man. I mean, when I really like the format of our rules. I really enjoyed it. You know, the way the Gracie Nationals and Gracie Worlds run and Gracie Regionals run. I like those rules. But I was actually quite surprised at how much fun I had doing Eddie's rules. You know, so I mean, I think there's room for both. You know, because like I really had a really good fun time doing Eddie's rules. Now, was I prepared for it? No. I mean, I would definitely train. I would definitely train. You know. To do it, but doing it, you know, I definitely understand how I would have to train for it. So, but it was fun, you know, and like I said, doing a 20-minute single, you know, nonstop match is a different style than doing what Eddie's doing, and I'm telling you, I've done both kinds of formats, you know. I haven't done 20 minutes, but I did, you know, submission only with no time limit, and it's still a fun format. You know, they're both good formats, and I think it's okay.
You know, in your match with Gary Tonin, you came up short. Have you had time to reflect on that? And is there anything that you would have done differently?
Oh, I mean, I know exactly where I made the mistake. You know, a minute after the match. I mean, I knew exactly. Actually, like right when I did it, I knew exactly what I did wrong. So, you know, Gary's a little bit bigger than me, but I mean, I would definitely be interested in doing another match with him maybe some point down the road. But like, you know, I'm just getting a little bit older, you know, and even if I don't do a match with him like in front of everybody, I'd love to just train with the guy and you know, pick his brain a little bit and exchange information. That's kind of where I'm at right now. But I mean, if an opportunity were to, you know, come up where I would be able to do another match, I would definitely do it. But I mean, I weighed myself the other day. I'm like 158. I'm really light. I'm really small. So, you know, I did a welterweight tournament when I'm walking around at 160. You know what I mean? So,
you ever hear that TRT? You need some of that TRT.
Not that Gary was that much stronger or anything, but I mean, he was still a little bit bigger, and I would definitely be interested in doing the match, not because of anything else, but just the fact that he's really good and he's a fun role.
He's on a really good run right now. How good do you think he is, or how good do you think he could be?
I mean, I definitely think he's really good. He puts on. What I took away the most out of that match was his work rate. He has a pretty high work rate, which I really wasn't getting that tired or that concerned with.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by work rate?
What I mean by work rate is he kind of doesn't really pause in between movements. He kind of moves consistently, and he doesn't really stop moving, nor does he stop attacking. He just kind of goes from one thing to the next.
I see.
To the next, to the next, to the next. So he doesn't really give you time to pause and hold and wait. It's kind of a consistent rhythm that he kind of puts out there. And Eddie Cummings does the same kind of thing. He kind of puts a consistent rhythm. I tend to think that Eddie exerts a little bit more energy. He tends to, and he's really, really good too. He'd be a really fun role also, Eddie Cummings. I was really impressed with him. But Eddie tends to be, I feel, a little bit more aggressive, whereas Gary's a little bit smoother. But they both put on a pretty good work rate where they're just kind of going. They put on a steady rhythm and a steady pace of their attack sequences, if that makes sense.
No, that does. There's a lot of, I think a lot of grappling takes place where there's sequences where there's movement, and then there's like a position gets set, and then there's no movement for a few seconds, and then it starts up again. And a guy like Gary is constantly moving and transitioning and working for whatever his goal is, and that could be difficult to deal with. A guy that just keeps working like that and doesn't really get too tired. He's obviously in a good time in terms of his life, his age, his weight, his development. Everything's kind of coming together for Gary right now, and I think that gives him a little bit of an advantage over a lot of the guys he's coming up against. I'm still curious to see how he'll do in something like the World's No-Gi or the ADCC, just to see him go up against some different level grapplers. And I know the game changes when you add points and you add the shortened time period, but it would still be entertaining to see how he does in that situation.
I really have no interest in seeing him in that kind of a format because we've obviously found.
You know what, Javi? Don't ever go against what I said again. How dare you do that?
Like I said, what you say really doesn't matter right now. I really have no interest in seeing him in any other format because this is the format. I think we found his niche. So why even post now if he loses in that other format by points or whatever? It's not the same thing as tapping him.
Yeah.
So, to me, if you're not getting caught, are you really losing? That's kind of where my mentality has gone to. If you're not getting caught, nothing else really matters.
Yeah.
So, he's obviously found a good niche in doing submission only. And I'd much rather watch him do that and do the things that he's doing and watch him take the chances that he takes without any, without any risk of him losing because he's being aggressive, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
Because of a point or whatever,
It
but,
does.
He's doing great. He's a heck of a nice guy. He tends to work. It seems like he works pretty hard, and like I said, maybe one of these days we'll get a chance to train again, or maybe we can do another match at some point. But right now he's doing great, and I really don't have that much interest in competing against that many other people. But he's been doing great.
So we got Gracie Regionals coming up May 2nd and May 3rd in Chicago, and then there's a Gracie Regionals coming up in San Jose June 13th and 14th. At the San Jose Convention Center. So there's a lot going on with the Gracie tournaments and the structure that you guys have going right now. Are there going to be any type of super fights coming up May 2nd, or is that just something you guys are kind of saving for Gracie Nationals, Gracie World?
Yeah, I don't think we are going to have any super fights for this one. It's the first time that we're visiting Chicago, so we're kind of just testing the waters with everything. But we're going to see if we can put something together. Some of the other ones, maybe San Jose, or maybe I'm not sure if she's going to do the World in Las Vegas or what she's doing with the World, but maybe for the World.
I see, man. That'd be pretty cool to see. So the tournament's coming up, man. I'm pretty stoked about it. Is this the farthest east you guys have been with Gracie, with the Gracie Regionals? Obviously, Gracie Regionals kind of new, but with your whole tournament structure.
Yeah, this is the furthest east that we're going, and I'm interested to see what kind of guys and what kind of talent actually show up to compete at the event.
And I just want to throw this out there because we have a lot of listeners on the East Coast, a lot of listeners in that area. You guys, man, if you know guys that are into this, hit them up and get them to sign up and train. This is what I'm tired of in the jiu-jitsu world. I'm tired of dudes complaining about tournaments that they don't like, points and time and bullshit like that, but not supporting a submission-only tournament when it comes to town. It makes no sense to me. The guys that they talk all this shit about it, but then they don't show up and support it when it comes to town. Well, now it's coming to town. It's coming to Chicago, Gracie Regionals, May 2nd and 3rd. It's right around the corner. It is time to put your money where your mouth is. If you're tired of the tournaments with points and you're tired of the time clocks and you're tired of the bullshit advantages, this is the tournament you need to show up to then. It's Gracie Regionals, and I want to encourage you to show up to that tournament, man. Like, get them out there. Get them in there and do it. We got to rattle some cages, Javi.
Yeah, I mean, like we always say, everybody, they'll tell us, yeah, come out. Then we come out, and then it's like, well, not that many, nobody will show up that says that they were going to show up. You know what I mean? But I tell you what, man, what I started to realize is there's a lot of teams out there that I think they're kind of afraid to do submission only because they're having a lot of success doing, the regular tournaments.
Yeah.
And the second that you want to change the format, say, well, you got to be able to finish, all of a sudden, some people, I really think that they're like, well, no, we'd rather just stay the way, keep winning what we're doing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, stay in
totally.
their comfort zone. Stay in there because they're
stay in their comfort zone. Yeah, and I think a lot of people are just afraid to step out of that comfort zone and try submission only. And everybody who I've spoken to that tries it, nobody has said, "Oh yeah, no, I like the points better." I've never heard that.
Right.
Everybody says, "Wow, it was a lot of fun, and I was able to, take chances and just roll." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be about, and not worrying about if you get your guard pass as much or if you end up in the bottom or side mount bottom because you did something aggressive." I mean, some guys have got to take that leap. They're afraid of the unlimited time limit in the finals. They're just, I don't want to have to go an hour and a half. They're just afraid of the unknown. But once they actually try it, most people, the vast majority of people, actually really, really like it. And most of those people like it even better than the current tournament systems that are out there.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking from experience, just because I've really only mostly done your guys' tournaments, I've done a couple of Nagas. I'm almost like more timid to go back to like IBJJF. Like I don't even want to go through the bullshit of getting a card and all that fucking ranking and shit, and then have to dude, I might lose, and then I'll rank low because of a fucking advantage and like guard pass. Like I almost just want to just stick with the submission only shit, because if I lose, it's very decisive. There's no, he just pulled guard and stalled. It's like, no, he fucking tapped me. What do you want to say,
There are guys who are becoming tournament specialists and point tournament specialists that they know the rules backwards and forwards, and they've transformed their games to be as efficient as possible for that format. And I mean, to me, you guys know me. I'll just say what I think. I mean, I just don't think that's jiu-jitsu. If you're not trying to tap the guy, then you're not doing jiu-jitsu. You're doing point jiu-jitsu or point grappling or whatever, So I just really think that if you're not trying to tap the person the entire time, like what exactly are you training jiu-jitsu for? I don't understand. So you can have a bunch of medals hanging off your wall. Well, what do those medals mean if you're not tapping people? I mean, that's where I'm at mentally. Maybe I'm just getting too old school or whatever. Maybe I just around the Gracie family too long.
I think you're scared. I think you're scared that if you support points, that Rose is going to beat you.
No, but it's not to say that I can't win point tournaments. I've won plenty of point tournaments in my life, and I've won a lot of point tournaments. And I just don't, not that I'm taking away from those guys, but just the way I feel, I just think that this is a more pure, better way to compete. If you're doing wrestling, the whole point of wrestling is to pin the person shoulders to the mat. And the way the rules are set is they push you to try to be aggressive and pin the person's shoulders to the mat. And jiu-jitsu, that's what we're doing. We're pushing people to submit, not pushing people to just hang on for points.
I love your no time limit. That's as real and as old school as it's ever going to fucking get. No points, no time limit. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, and Eddie Bravo likes to say that. And I like Eddie's format, man. At first, we had differing opinions, but after doing it, I told him it was a lot of fun. But he still calls our rules the gangster rules, Gracie Nationals, Gracie Regional, Gracie Worlds, those are gangster rules, So.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you guys are really onto something, and there's others out there that are doing submission-only grappling for sure, and I think that over time, eventually it's going to catch up. Some people still see it as a niche thing or, not the real deal for whatever reason. It's short-sighted thinking.
How can it not be the real deal if the whole purpose of jiu-jitsu is to submit people?
Dude,
I don't even understand that mentality.
I agree with you. I'm in agreement with you, but I hear time and again when people talk about a tournament, they will do the submission only or the no time limit stuff with no points or whatever, but then they'll say like, hey man, I really want to win Worlds. Worlds, for some reason, Worlds is still like the one tournament that I think these guys feel like if I win Worlds, then I get to do a bunch of seminars and I'll get on the cover of Gracie Mag and I'll be super cool.
But the people that are making those tournaments prestigious, those point tournaments prestigious, are the people competing in those tournaments themselves.
But they don't realize that. They don't realize that. If they just chose to compete elsewhere, then wherever else they competed would be prestigious because it's the competitors that have the power.
Absolutely. Just because, I mean, why not just go to Gracie Worlds and compete there and try to do that? Because if you do Gracie Worlds and you win Gracie Worlds, you're the world champion of a submission-only format with no time limit in the finals. I mean, how cool is that? The winner of Gracie Worlds and Gracie Regionals and Gracie Nationals, every person they win against, they submit them. I mean, yeah, I won, I'm a 4-time Gracie Tournaments champion. What that means is every single time that you competed, you back every single person in your bracket. Well, not every person, but every person that you face in your bracket.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's outstanding. So I want to let our listeners know, make sure you check out, go to GracieWorlds.com and get registered for the Gracie Regionals coming up May 2nd and 3rd in Chicago at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center. And then if you're out on the West Coast in June 13 and 14, we have Gracie Regionals coming to San Jose, California. You can get set up. Go to GracieWorlds.com. Javi, thanks for taking the time to chat with us today. You're one of our favorite guests who come on, man, and we're looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, guys. And I'm going to hold you responsible. I'm going to hold you and Matt and everybody at Inside BJJ responsible. When we come to San Jose, you guys better put like a killer team together to compete at Gracie Regionals in San Jose.
Gracie Regionals. Let's do it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
How we doing, brother?
Any questions, send them to @RoseGracie on Twitter.
All right, right on. Thanks, Javi.
Thanks, bye.
All right, brother, bye.
In case you didn't know, we have the defending, reigning heavyweight Gracie Regionals champion with us right now.
Ernest.
He's like,
can you just give us a flex real quick?
And, everybody else. Right there. You mean one of these?
Flex boy.
One of these fuckers right here?
Nice. You're super buff. The listeners can't see that. Another thing sorry, go ahead.
We came up with a new category, right, for the guys?
Oh, yeah. Tell us about it.
I decided that I'm the I didn't realize you were kind of buff guy.
He's the guy that doesn't realize you're kind of buff guy.
Yeah, when people are like, "Oh, you're kind of buff." I'm like, yeah, I guess.
I guess.
That's funny because
work out a little bit.
That's a new guy. You don't realize you're kind of buff guy, and there's kind of buff guy, but I really am buff. I'm none of those guys. I am buff.
You're really buff guy.
Really
you're
hella buff guy.
I think I'm buff guy.
Dude.
No, I am buff guy.
So there's kind of buff guy. There's I think I'm buff guy. Then there's hella buff guy. Everyone knows hella buff guy.
No, there's another guy. He's not buff at all. But he just believes he's buff.
I believe I'm buff. I wanted to real quick. I know the listeners can't see this, but if you check out the YouTube video that will be up, you'll be able to see this. I wanted to show everybody the design that we're coming up with the new jiu-jitsu shirt. It is the Berlin Wall, and this is how egotistical we are.
I thought we couldn't do that.
Well, fuck. The people that we wanted said they couldn't do it. That doesn't mean that we can't do it. So we got myself, Ernest, and Matt, and it's a little play on See No Evil, Speak No Evil, Hear No Evil, but it's pretty rad. Check that out. And then the new one that's coming up also is the Inside BJJ Gentlemen's Jacket Wrestling tournament shirt. And this is what
that jacket wrestling.
It's what people win for doing the gentleman's shirt. They get this shirt if they did the tournament, and we got a few of them on hand. We want to show you. And I'm showing you a picture of the sponsors here. You got Reverend Framar's Joyful Noise, International Worship Center, the Homicide Car Wash. You got Talent on the Rail Skate Shop. You got Don't Be Weird About It Family Counseling, Bench Press Escape Gym, Italian Baby Leather Fine Furnishings, Donald's Place Fancy Foods, and Mummy's Delicious Meat Pie Deli. Those are some of the sponsors, and that's the back of the shirt.
I think the front of the shirt should be like Copa Inside BJJ.
Yeah, so like this will be out in a little bit. I'm not sure when. We'll probably maybe do some pre-orders.
Whatever happened to the logo, dude? Tim was all over my logo that I came up with, and then he's just like, Mwah.
Yeah. So when you get your logo ready to give it to me, and it's ready, like it's actually done and ready, then I'll do it.
What do you mean by done? I said that's it. What do
you drew a picture, right?
I drew a picture,
a hand picture. So I got to take that and convert it.
But you never told me what you wanted me to do with it. I said, here's a fucking logo.
I want a vector image.
I drew the shit.
Give me the vector image.
I'll fucking vector it.
You.
I don't even know what the fucking vector is.
I know you don't. That's why.
I took it to my homeboy Vector Holmes.
Hey, man.
And man, he did it, man. He does tats. Fool, he learned it in a pen. He was in DVI.
You know what though? Like, you could probably find a Mexican dude that can vector.
Nah, but they'll do some shit like, "Hey, fool, you said it was Vector, fool."
You said it was vector, yo.
He's like, Yeah, man, my homeboy fucking Vector, he fucking hooked it up. But yeah, but I can't use this I can't make shirts out of this, dude.
Because it says Latin Pride on the bottom of it.
Yeah, he's like, nah, fool, you could take that picture, man. Homeboy got it tatted already, eh? He's got it up in his shop, man. If you want to come and get the placa, he'll hook it up, man. I say, yeah, just ask for Vector, Holmes. I'm like, never mind, man. Give me my flash drive back, dude.
Give me my flash drive back. And then, so we got that. Check that out. Those are going to be coming out shortly. Make sure you let everybody know. And also, man, leave us a review on iTunes, please, dude.
What the fuck, man?
Please do it.
Are you fucking being weird, dude?
Fucking subscribe.
Dude,
It helps us out a lot. If you like the podcast and you leave a review, it helps our ratings. It gets us noticed, gets us out there.
And it makes you less weird.
Subscribe. It doesn't cost you nothing to subscribe.
It's fucking free.
It doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us out a lot. Go to the Amazon click-through link. There's no hidden fees. There's no hidden charges. None of that. Amazon's a great company. They support us. We want you to support Amazon.
I wanted to just real quick read a couple more reviews that we got. And let me see. Keep going. Here we go. This is after we got the bad one about how Ernest creeped someone out. That was funny. This is from Omo Platypus. I enjoy this podcast. It never fails to spark up my day. I enjoy the mix of non-BJJ and BJJ topics. Okay. I expect a little bit more than that when you leave a review. This is somebody said inside WWE, I mean BJJ. This is actually a solid podcast. Oh, fucking thanks, man. That's like the first thing he says. It's actually solid. Interesting guest, although sometimes on the phone instead of live. Sorry, we can't bring everybody out to our studio.
And nobody wants to come to Stockton, asshole.
But the quality is still good. You bet your ass it is. The humor is not PC, so if offensive, jokey banter is not your thing, I would suggest another podcast. But if you don't mind a more laid-back discussion and off-the-cuff banter, then this podcast is for you. I would give this 5 stars if it wasn't for the horrible intro.
Go fuck your mother.
This is a Black Belt podcast. One of my fellow Gracie fighters turned me on to this podcast about 6 months ago. Since then, it has become my favorite. I'll be signing up for the $1.99 a month exclusive content. I highly recommend.
You will be blessed.
It's, of course, Inside BJJ, Gracie fighter, purple belt, Matt Ose. And then the last one, the last one is Tim, Matt, and Ernest have great chemistry, and to be sure, I could listen to them banter about almost anything and enjoy it. Yeah, what's great is that they talk about jiu-jitsu, my personal obsession. I couldn't ask for a more insightful, entertaining commentary team for my favorite sport. And then finally, the sweatshop was awesome. Great show and always entertaining. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Dude,
you did that yourself.
You bitch. You fucking did that all the way just to get to that one.
Booyah! So I wanted to remind everybody that it looks like Girls on Grappling is going to have Miss Victoria Gracie coming up this week. We'll see if there's some talk about the Ralek Gracie controversy or not. I'm not sure, but make sure you give it a listen. We'll have some other stuff going on. We got Hoist Gracie's May 2nd, Napa.
May 2nd, Napa. Get on CrosbyGracie.com. Register there. It's fairly cheap to train with the legend. He always brings it. It's pretty nice. We've got in June 13th, we've got Crosby Gracie coming to Stockton. 12 o'clock, June 13th. Go to trainronin.com and hit me up.
And if you pay the special premium package, I'll give you a stripe.
Yeah, we'll give you a stripe. It'll say Inside BJJ. It won't really count towards your real promotion, but it'll look cool on your belt. But yeah, everybody is welcome. All surrounding schools, if you want to travel out, let me know. I'll hold your spot. You know, we got spaces limited, but if you call me up through our website, trainronin.com, or you just send me a message, I'll hold your spot. Make sure that you don't travel all the way from wherever you're coming from and not have a spot. So out-of-towners get priority.
Inside BJJ Matt. Follow me on Twitter, or go fuck yourself.
Oh, is that your Twitter name or no? Oh, just Inside BJJ Matt.
You know my Twitter name, motherfucker.
Woo! Yeah, hey, keep listening. We got great stuff coming up in the future for you. As always, thanks a lot, and we love you, Kyle. It's all good, man.